This is Tyler Neville.
And this is Thomas McLaughlin.
And you're listening to Rams Radio. Starting off the show today, we got the NFL rankings of recap of Week 15. We send the lone spot at number 1, the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, you know anything about the NFL, you watch the NFL. I mean, you've seen what Lamar Jackson's doing. No offense has been more surprising. I'd say probably the surprise of the league this year. I mean, they have legit victories coming off a victory against San Fran, who's sitting at number 2 in the power rankings. And what are your thoughts on the Ravens, Mr. McLaughlin?
On the Ravens, well, I think their star player is, of course, Lamar Jackson, who's just an animal, can juke any defense, has the wheels, has the speed. He can get fast real quick, and it's a crazy tool in their offense.
Fun stat, Baltimore has the NFL's top-ranked rushing attack, and Jackson also leads the NFL in touchdown passes, which is kind of funny considering coming out of college in the draft, a lot of NFL scouts said Jackson didn't have the arm and he wasn't a true quarterback. And you see all over social media these past couple of weeks just about how he's proven the doubters wrong. And, I mean, he is a legit quarterback.
And he's really showed his accuracy this season and how it's improved.
Coming in at the 3 spot, we got the New Orleans Saints. I mean, the New Orleans Saints are a little bit funny because for the better part of the first half of the season, Drew Brees was hurt, and they had what's his name? What's his name?
Dude, I swear.
Yeah, so Drew Brees gets hurt early in the season, and they have Bridgewater and Taysom Hill. And I don't know if you know about Taysom Hill, but Taysom Hill is kind of the jack of all trades. I think one game this season he had a passing touchdown, a punt return touchdown, and a rushing touchdown. First time in his NFL history a QB's ever done that. So, I mean, the Saints sitting pretty solid at number 3.
Especially since they have Drew Brees back.
Yeah. I mean, Drew Brees getting back is helping them. And then number 4, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. Just came off a big win against New England. I mean, god-awful game to watch. And I was sitting in the airport at the time, and I was like, geez, I'd rather gouge out my eyes than continue watching this stuff. This is awful. Tom Brady sucks.
And, of course, their star quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, is just a beast. And I don't know, some might say he's better than Tom Brady.
No, I agree with that. Tom Brady is garbage this year. So, I mean, the Chiefs got the number 1 offense in the NFL right now, but their defense, right, epitome of mediocrity. They're ranked number 15, but, I mean, you don't have to have a great defense when you got Patty Mahomes, sidearm, no-look, throwing the ball, just darting it into receivers. So, but if they want to make a Super Bowl run, their defense might have to step up a little bit and be on par with their offense. Number 5, we got the very controversial New England Patriots. So funny, I was actually in Boston why the Patriots were playing the Chiefs, and they go crazy for the Patriots. Like from 10 o'clock in the morning, it was a 4:30 kickoff. Everyone you see on the streets is decked out in Pats gear, and of course, just to watch them play a god awful game and get beat by the Chiefs. But yeah. So let's talk Tom. So I've always I'd say respected Tom Brady, but never been a huge fan.
After he kissed his son, it all kind of went downhill.
No, seriously.
Seriously, yeah.
Like, he kissed his son, I was like, okay. And then he was like,
and
give me some more sugar.
It wasn't just a kiss. It was kind of a makeout, longer than 3 seconds.
No,
we won't get into that much detail.
No, we're getting into the deal right now. You see the video. His son, he's laying on Tom Brady's laying on his trainer table at his house.
A half-naked massage.
Yeah. And his son comes in there talking about fantasy football, and then comes in, he's like, all right, good night. He gives a little smooch, and Tom's like, oh, that's not good enough for me.
Here, baby.
He's like, come give me some more sugar. And it makes his son come back to, like, pretty much make out with him.
And it was longer than 3 seconds. It wasn't just a peck. It was like a 4-second passionate love kiss.
It was disgusting. I mean, the whole next couple weeks, dude was getting flamed. He deserves it. That was disgusting.
Been showing this season he's been off. Maybe the media's getting to him. Maybe he's a little confused about his life.
It's a little weird too if you've seen his wife. I mean, you got a wife like that, I wouldn't want to make out with my son.
At least not that much.
All right, but
Back to football.
your thoughts on the downfall of Brady?
I mean, I think I don't think it's his downfall this season. Maybe he's had a bad couple of games, but I mean, if it is his downfall, I'm not very surprised. He's getting up there, and at a certain point, I feel like sometimes you just lose it, and maybe he's starting to lose it this season. I mean, you've seen they're just not scoring and not winning. Something that Tom Brady was really good at.
They're getting carried by the number one defense in the league right now, and I was watching ESPN. I saw funny stats. Mitch Trubisky, who, I mean, everyone would say is a garbage QB, and it's ridiculous he's a starting QB in the NFL. His stats right now in every statistical category, save maybe, I forget, maybe, I think it's probably just wins. He's better or on par with Tom Brady.
That is just sad.
Yeah, so that just goes to show you how garbage of a season Tom Brady's having. All right, what's next? See, we're going through this. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Just take some in. So next three spots, number 6, we got the Seattle Seahawks. 7, we got the Packers, and 8, we got the Vikings. So all I'd say, probably around the same. I mean, Seahawks. Russell Wilson has had a great year. He's in MVP talks. I mean, it's rough that they're competing for a wild card when we got teams like the Redskins, who were just knocked out of playoff contention.
Well, we got teams like the Cowboys and the Eagles, who are both 6 and 7, have losing records that are fighting to win the NFC East.
Yeah,
and they're 10 and 3, and are competing for a wild card. So there's a lot of controversy with that, and people are complaining.
Yeah, and the Redskins just got knocked out of playoff contention last week, and they're 3 and 10.
I mean, come on,
so
it's the Redskins.
What do you mean by it's the Redskins?
I mean, they suck.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, let's move. Oh, wait, hold on. So let's talk about the Rams. Rams bring in number 9, the power rankings. They're 8 and 5, and Rams kind of had a weird fall of grace. I mean, Sean McVay, Redskins quarterback coach a few years back. I mean, Redskins pretty much produced every great coach in this league. But a few years back, we thought they were going to be Super Bowl contenders. We thought they were going to be maybe have a Super Bowl ring by now, but now they're just mediocre team. I mean, number 9, I think that's pretty good for them. I think the Buffalo Bills are probably better, but they're sitting at number 9. So what do you think about the Rams?
I mean, Sean McVay just has a really great offense, and they kind of the start to the season, it was a bit off, a bit slow, but we're really starting to see them come together, and maybe we'll see them get into the playoffs and have a good season. Now what? What's on the list? So anybody watching the NFL knows about the sorry NFC East and how it doesn't even feel like a conference. It's just really sad. Because fighting to win the conference is Dallas and Philadelphia, who both have losing records. They're both 6 and 7, and none of them deserve to be in the playoffs. Honestly, I mean, I watched the game last night between Philadelphia and the New York Giants, or 2 nights ago, and honestly, it was just sad and depressing to watch. The Eagles looked like they were in last place. The Giants looked better than them, especially in the first half. But then the Eagles did show some heart, and they came back, made a couple good catches, a couple good throws, a couple good drives. But overall, man, it just did not look like a team that should be in the playoffs. And same thing with the Cowboys. What do you think, Tyler?
Well, as a Redskins fan, it's pretty depressing. I've been a Redskins fan all my life, and right now I'm hoping we lose out because I want Chase Young from Ohio State, and I was hoping New York Giants would win that game because they win that game, Redskins secure that number 3 spot in the NFL draft. So pretty much at this point in the season, I'm hoping for Giants wins, Redskins losses. And that's weird as a Redskins fan.
Mm-hmm. And also the The Eagles play the Redskins this week, and then next week they play the Cowboys, which I think will be a good game, especially because it might actually really mean something for the who's going to win the conference. So that's going to be a great game to watch between two teams. Sorry teams, but two teams for the conference nonetheless.
It's division.
Division, my bad. Yeah,
no, I don't. I actually don't think the Philadelphia Dallas game will be for the division because the Redskins are going to curb stomp the Eagles because the Eagles suck.
Well, only time will tell. We shall see. The Redskins are the sorriest team in the division, so we'll see about that.
Yeah, we've heard before. Actually, Redskins. So, if you're a big fan of the Lafayette Ledger, you probably read my article on the Redskins leadership being very subpar. So, Bruce Allen, Redskins president, hired by Dan Snyder, the owner of the Redskins, and they've been all buddy-buddy these past, I think, 10 years, and I forget what the record is, but it was god-awful over these past 10 years, but we are suspecting Bruce Allen gets fired over hopefully this next week because, last week was the first time we ever heard reports of him even being on the hot seat, which is freaking ridiculous because we've sucked for 10 years and consistently made the stupidest decisions in our upper management. And Trent Williams, probably the best player we've had this whole decade. He's a left tackle, I think 7-time or 6-time Pro Bowler. And he actually had a cancer on top of his head. And our Redskins training staff pretty much says, nah, nothing to worry about. Fast forward 7 years, the cancer almost goes to his brain. He finally gets it checked out by somebody other than the Redskins' stupid doctors, and he almost dies. So now Trent Williams, he pretty much refused to play. He was on holdout. He refused to play. And then he decides he wants to come back, and Bruce Allen, just to spite Trent Williams, puts him on non-football injured reserve, which means Trent Williams done for the season, even though Trent Williams was planning on playing that next week. So
just Bruce
Allen, just to seem like the bigger man, decides to pretty much bench the best player we've ever had in a decade, while we are, I think at that time we were 2-9 or something. So we suck, and we're always going to suck with Bruce Allen at that.
It's the worst because at one point many years ago, you guys were very good, but now it's just been depression these past couple of years.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. We still beat the living out of the Eagles. You guys god awful. Carson Wentz.
No, we're not good. No, we suck. It's hard to watch, and I have a very good feeling that this game coming up will be very hard to watch and very sad.
What's next on the agenda?
You give yours.
All right. So we're gonna give predictions of Week 15 in the NFL. So Jets play the Ravens. The Baltimore's favored by 15 points. This game I'm betting the over. The over is. What's it over? Oh, okay. The over is 45, and I'm definitely betting that with a high-powered offense Baltimore's got, and it's. I think the Jets are going to throw up a few points too. Just getting the ball back every 2 minutes after Baltimore completely obliterates your defense. But no, I got Baltimore covering the spread. Baltimore's winning by at least 15.
No, I agree. The Ravens have really showed some talent this year, especially with Lamar Jackson, of course, being able to run and throw. And yeah, it's gonna be a good game for the Ravens. Hopefully, give them some confidence for the next couple of games coming, and maybe that confidence will boost them to a Super Bowl win this year. But we'll see.
Next, we got the Eagles and Redskins. Where are they playing? Playing at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Being a Redskins fan, I pretty much know everything Redskins, so I know most of our home games are actually away games. We've had terrible fan support this year. Maybe I factor into that because I haven't gone to a game this year. But yeah, terrible fan support. You go to games and other teams got more fans there sometimes. It's just awful. But Philly's favored by 5, but I got my Skins. They're gonna pull this one out. We've been gritty and tough all year, and I know the Eagles like to choke when it matters, and they suck very, very often. So. Hail to the Redskins.
Yeah, I agree with what you have to say about how their home games are basically away games. Because I went to a game last year, and after the second half, it was all you could hear is Eagles chants, and all you could see is green jerseys. It is quite sad going to one of those games because you can just tell how much Washington does not care about the team.
How did you afford to get in? You're so
See, my
damn
dad's
poor.
about to die, so they let us in for free. But no, so just there you can see how they're just a sorry team, and not the state of Washington. I mean, just Washington just does not want to support that team. You know what? I wouldn't want to either. And just because when you're in a game, no fans cheering for you, all you see is green. I'm gonna pick the Eagles because I think the Redskins are just done for the season. Maybe they're gonna throw the game.
Hopefully,
better
I'd be cool with throwing the game. Damn. I would kill to have Chase
So,
Young.
do you want them to lose or do you want them to win? I mean, as a Redskins fan, I feel like you don't want them to
Oh
win.
no, I want them to lose, but I know they're gonna win just because how bad you guys.
Okay.
All right, next we got the Patriots at. Damn it should say who they're playing at. Okay, next we got the Patriots at the Bengals. The 10-3 Patriots at the 1-12 Bengals. New England's favored by 10. Yeah, I'm betting New England to cover this one. Yeah, New England's going to win by 10, even though their offense is god awful and Tom Brady is probably one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the league. I'm taking the Patriots strictly on the fact that the defense will most likely outscore the Bengals offense.
No, 100%. I completely agree with that statement. I mean, I think maybe that they might just destroy the Bengals. Tom Brady might have a great game just to prove everyone wrong. But you know what? We'll see. Time will tell.
Let's see it. Okay. Next, we got the Bucks at the Lions. You know, the Lions, 3-9-1. Yeah, one tie this year, the lone tie. They played some really good teams. Had a tough loss to a very good Redskins team. I'm playing the Lions. Suck. Okay, yeah, I'm taking the Bucks.
Yeah.
Bucks favored by 4. Yeah, they're covering the spread. I think they'll win by more than that. I think they'll win by like 10. The Lions are really bad.
I agree with that statement. I'm taking the Buccaneers as well.
Next, we got the Bears at the Packers playing at Lambeau. I mean, pretty tough. The Bears, headed by Mitch Trubisky. Pretty much in the game of football, there's probably not a worse quarterback you want on your team, save maybe Tom Brady. But, yeah, I'd rather have Luke Hansen be throwing touchdown passes than freaking Mitch Trubisky. So I'm taking the Packers. Packers are spreads for -4.5, so Packers by 5 pretty much. I'm taking the Packers by 20. God, I think Mitch Trubisky throws more pick six than he does touchdowns.
I agree with that statement. Packers all the way. And I think you should lay off Tom Brady a little bit. You know, he has a bunch of rings and you know, you brought up Luke Hansen. He has a ring too. There's just something about rings that make people want to win, and they're winners, you know. Some people wouldn't understand. So I'm going to give Tom Brady the benefit of the doubt, and I think maybe he's going to have a good game. But, yeah, Packers.
Okay, we're going to take this brief pause to let you know that we're sponsored by Cash App. We're going to take this brief pause to let you guys know we're sponsored by Cash App. Use code ROLLRAMS10. To get $5 of invite fee for both you and the person you refer, a friend you refer to sign up. Cash App, use it pretty much every day. Yeah, I know me and Thomas just went out to get food at Cash App to cover
really
him because I didn't bring my wallet in. Yeah. All right.
So Tyler doesn't have much money, so you know I'm out a little bit, but it's cool. You know, Cash App, it's great. Keep good friends. Yeah.
Funny. Okay. So next we got the Texans at the Titans. Really, I don't think I've ever watched either of those teams play a football game in my life, and I'm glad to say that I haven't. I couldn't tell you one player on either team.
Is J.J. Watt still playing?
No. J.J. Watt got hurt earlier season. He tore something bad, and he's out for season. So they got Tennessee by 3. I don't really care. I'll take the Texans. Give me an upset. I'll take the Texans. Just because I literally don't know a single player and I couldn't care less about this game.
I could care less about this game too.
No, it's I couldn't care less.
Well, I'm gonna take the Titans just to go against what you said because you're annoying as shit. The next one.
Okay. That's where we're at. Next we got the Broncos at the Chiefs. Yeah, I mean, obviously the 5-8 Broncos aren't going to beat the Chiefs. I don't know. There's a lot of upsets in the NFL.
They're not beating the Chiefs.
But yeah, I'm taking Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs. You know, with that offense, pretty dominant. Kansas City 9.5. Yeah, they're covering. And let's see what the over is. Yeah, 46. Yeah, I'm betting the over too. I'm gonna get rich off this game. Fun fact: my first bet was on the Redskins. I think like week 3 they played someone, and this is before. I mean, week 3 we don't already know. I mean, they're 0-2, but we don't already know the Redskins are complete garbage. Yeah, so I'm like, all right, we're 0-2. We're bound to win a game. So I dropped my first $50, my first legal bet on the Skins. Needless to say, I lost it all.
That's all right, man. But no, I agree. The Chiefs all the way. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, just a beast with a cannon. So he's just gonna bring them to the win.
That was a little fruity.
Beast with a cannon.
Okay.
Talk about his time.
All right, we got a toilet bowl game coming up next. We got the Dolphins playing in New York versus the freaking Giants. Damn. So they got the Giants by 4. And I don't screw the Giants. I got Dolphins. I had Dolphins taking this one home. You know, at Madden 20 actually I play for the Dolphins, so I might be a little bit biased. But I mean, at Madden 20, I think I'm in year 2021. Dolphins are like 9-0. I mean, partly because I'm the starting quarterback. But yeah.
No, the Dolphins all the way. I mean, they beat the Eagles, which was a very, very depressing game. Very sad. And if they're able to beat a team that's fighting for the division.
Fighting for the division at 6 and 7.
Yes, I mean, I have a feeling they're going to destroy the Giants, honestly.
This dude, he just agrees with everything I say, huh? You know,
I just agreed with you and said the Dolphins.
Yeah, I said agree. You agree with everything I say. Like, come up with your own conclusions, dude. Come on. Next, we got the 10-3 Seahawks or the 5-8 Panthers.
Panthers all the way.
Hell no. So I had Cam Newton on my fantasy team probably the first 4 weeks in a fantasy league with some of my friends, and he was pretty close to giving me negative points every week. Dude was ridiculously bad. When he got I never root for an injury, but when he got a concussion, I was pretty excited. I was like, all right, I was like debating every week whether I should bench him or not. So the first 4 weeks, I'm like, this dude's a former NFL MVP. I got to keep him on. And every week he showed me how wrong I was and how much he sucked. So yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks by 1 billion.
Yeah, me too. I mean, you're talking about Cam Newton and how bad he's been playing, but you have on the other end of the spectrum, we have Russell Wilson, who's been maybe MVP talks. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Seahawks all the way as well.
All right, so moving to our next segment, we're going to talk Kaepernick. So, Colin Kaepernick, as you know, probably 2016, 2015, one of those years, took a knee during the anthem. Which is actually, first he was sitting during the anthem, and then a veteran told him to kneel, and turned up this big, huge thing in social media, people on both sides. But these past few months, there's been a little bit of buzz because he was said to have a workout set up by the NFL, and so the workout was obviously set up by the NFL. Probably every team had at least a scout in attendance. Was supposed to be, but last minute the NFL they have a contract they want him to sign. Like it's like a liability contract. So if he gets hurt, he can't sue the NFL. But it also had a little piece in it saying that he can no longer sue the NFL for anything, which was probably a little sneaky jab at him because he's currently suing the NFL for the amount was between 1 and 10 million. They never gave us an exact amount, but he's suing the NFL just because they're pretty much blackmailing him from NFL jobs. So, what are your thoughts on Kaepernick? You think he's got what it takes to be at least a backup quarterback in the NFL today?
I think he definitely has what it takes. Like you talk about, like Mitch Trubisky is terrible, and I feel like Kaepernick can at least contend with him. But yeah, and I also saw one of the wide receivers in that little tryout he had actually did, and I'm pretty sure isn't he on the Redskins now? I'm pretty sure the Redskins. Was it the Redskins? Who was it then?
No, I have no idea.
I swear it was the Redskins, but I'm pretty sure the Redskins got one of the players that was like a wide receiver in his workout.
Huh.
Yeah, no, I think he definitely
Damn,
has
suck.
what it takes to come back.
You know, yeah, I mean, as a Skins fan, we got Dwayne Haskins, Ohio State product, set a bunch of records, but I mean, he's young right now. I'd love to have Kaepernick run some read option with him, dude. Yeah, that'd be sweet. But I mean, I definitely understand where the owners and everything's coming from. You pick up Colin Kaepernick, that's a lot of baggage you're taking, and a lot of meat and a lot of heat you're going to take from the media and fans too. So I understand not taking Kaepernick, although I wish he had a job. I understand it. But yeah, he's definitely good enough to play in the NFL.
So, what do you think about the kneel? Do you think he should or not?
Yeah, he's going to hell.
No, for real.
Nah, I mean, I guess it's okay. I mean, at first I didn't like it. I was like, dude, stand up. It's not cool. But I guess if a veteran told him to do it, I mean, he's protesting police brutality, which I mean definitely makes sense because at that time, especially, that's all you saw in the media. So, I mean, I respect it. Ballsy move.
Yeah, which I respect it. I mean, the veterans, it's what they fought for to protect, like freedom of speech. And I don't know, the NFL has just seemed a little fishy, a little redneck.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for Rams Radio. Thanks for tuning in, and
Thank you.
we'll be back one of these weeks whenever we want to do a podcast again for Miss Wathen.
Yes. Alrighty. Have a good one.